Hello, 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 hello. This is your lady, comedian lady ButterScotch, bringing you all the scotch that's in the butter. Now, I am going live because I have a issue with people who say that uh, when they are in a relationship and the relationship goes bad and it doesn't end like they wanted it to, or in most relationships, uh, people really don't want them to end. So this is my thing. This is what I don't like is why do people in relationships that has been torrented or has went bad, divorce or whatever the case may be, why is it later that they say, oh, we're not together, he or she did this, he or she did that, but we are the best of friends. I think that is bullshit. That you know, I just really feel like that's just bullshit because at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. If we were in a relationship, and I understand that uh relationships end sometimes in a neutral type setting, depending on situations and circumstances. But this is my thing. Most relationships and marriages and divorces, all these things happen because there was something that just didn't click anymore. Uh, it may have been abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally. It may have been um, somebody cheating, somebody just not trustworthy. They thought that at the beginning of their relationship or their marriage that, you know, they were compatible. And then just somewhere on down the line, they just didn't click anymore. But it kills me when people say, oh, we are the best of friends now. That's BS. That's bullshit. And the reason why I say it's bullshit, and this is how uh I'm gonna use me as an example. If I'm in a relationship or if I am married to anybody, okay, and I've done everything in my might and will to make the relationship or the marriage work, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that you wasn't at fault. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody have some type of issues in their relationships and marriages. Okay. Nobody is perfect. No one is perfect but Jesus Christ. Now, this is the thing. If our marriage is not working, our relationship is not working. See, I've said this in seminars. People get married and be in relationships based on how it started. And most of the time it starts out as your friends. Then your friendship turns into a relationship. And then your relationship supposed supposedly tradition turns into a marriage. But these days, people go into relationships and they start shacking up for years and before they even get married. So it just depends. But my thing is this: if I've done everything in the relationship and the marriage that I could possibly do to keep it together, and I have respected my marriage, respected my relationship, and done everything in my might and power for it to be a success, and it just don't work because for whatever reason, and it don't end proper, and the other person says, I don't think this is gonna work, or even vice versa, the woman or the man, I don't think this is going to work, and they decide to part. But we can be the best of friends. Hell no. Because see, when we was in the relationship and when we was in the marriage, I should have been your best of friend in the marriage and in the relationship. So why in the hell do I want to be your best friend after the marriage, the divorce, and after the relationship has ended? I think that's bullshit. See, you had the opportunity to be my best friend when we was married. You had the opportunity to be my best friend when we was in a committed relationship. Now it has ended for whatever reason, whether it was abuse, cheating, distrust, no communication, and the marriage or the relationship has turned into it's exhausting. Neither one of you can't take it no more, or one or the other person just walk out on you. You never did have any closure. You just left alone. uh People have all kind of reasons why people split up, divorce, separate, but all of a sudden we are the best of friends. That's bull crap. Because the way I look at it is, I should have been your best friend in the marriage. I should have been your best friend in the committed relationship. That's when we should have been the best of friends. So why is it that when it's all over and people have moved on, why do I want to be best friends with you? See, that's the problem with a whole bunch of people's relationships to this day, because they have gotten out of a marriage, have divorced, and now they're in another relationship with somebody that they say they in love with and they care about them, whether it's a committed relationship and they're living together or it's a marriage. No, 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 no. Whoever you're with and you love them, royalty and loyalty, that's who your best friend should be. You shouldn't be best friends with nobody that you used to be in a relationship with. That's why they call it the past, because it is the past. You leave that behind. It's time to move forward. And that's the reason why so many people to this day are still having problems in their new relationship or in their marriage, is because they too busy keep looking back at somebody that they used to be with. So that's the reason why they call it divorce, because they have separated. There's division there. Divorce, division. That's the whole reason why there is no more marriages or committed relationships no more, because it was something that went wrong when the two of you was together and you all couldn't get it together. Y'all couldn't get it right. So I don't need to be best friends with somebody that I used to be with. See, you can't move forward if you keep looking backwards in the past. That's why they call it the past. And it kills me when people say, oh, well, now we the best of friends. Y'all wasn't the best. Y'all couldn't get it together when y'all was in the relationship. So why are y'all the best of friends now? And then some people say, well, you know, uh, sometimes you just got to leave well enough alone, or, you know, I'm content and all of this. I'm not saying that you got to hate somebody, because God don't like ugly. And when you can't let somebody go, then you can't move forward to see where you're going. When it's over, it's over. I've been there and done that. She's been there and done that. He's been there and done that. You know, now that's not to say that later on down the road that God won't bring y'all back together, because time does have a way of weighing things out. But a lot of people are still having problems in their new relationships and marriages, is because they still calling somebody that's their ex their best friend. Your best friend ought to be the person that you are involved with and committed to or married to. See, I don't believe in that, because my grandmother told me a long time ago, when I was a young girl, baby, you don't have no best friends. And to this day, I don't have no best friend females. So if I'm going to have any kind of best friend, it's going to be my helpmate. It's going to be my husband. It's going to be the man that I have a relationship with. That's it. That's all. And that's what it is. All these people talking about, yeah, we was together for over 15, 20, 30 years, and it went into a divorce, or we separated. But now we are the best of friends. No, 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 no. No. I don't agree with that. And when I hear people say that, it just make my ass itch. And it doesn't have anything to do with being bitter. It doesn't have anything to be with being bitter or any of that. I just believe that when two people come together and they decide that they want to commit to each other, whether they have a wedding ceremony or they just shack up, at the end of the day, y'all have invested into each other. Investment, meaning that you all have put in quality time with each other. Investment doesn't always have to be money. Your investment can be quality time, personal time, intimate time with each other. And the two of you have done this for years and years and years, and y'all together because you care about each other, you respect one another. And it can turn into something that's stronger and powerful when you work together. But if you always have somebody, or the two of you can't meet eye to eye, and the other partner is still doing foolishness, and the other partner is trying he or she's best to make this relationship or marriage work, and little things keep on surfacing up, you cannot have a strong relationship. Eventually, it's going to fall because the two of you are not on the same page. You too busy trying to be best friends and with friends and continue to be in friends with people you used to be with. Exes, your grown ass baby mamas and baby daddies. It's okay to be cordial. I promise you. It's okay to be cordial. It's okay to speak when you run across each other's paths. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But all of that, he's my best friend, and you calling ex while you in a committed relationship or marriage with somebody else, and you on the phone talking about you and your partner's business with a ex, that shit ain't cool. I don't care how you look at it. It ain't cool. It ain't never cool. And people that get on my nerves when they say that shit. We are the best of friends. Now, who your best friend ought to be is the person that you're with, the person that you are committed to in the present, the person that you are married to in the present, the person that you are living with, the person that you are shacking with. And if you love that person unconditionally and you loyal to him or her, your best friend ought to be. Your best friend don't need to be nobody else but the person that you investing all of your quality time and money with. Nobody else. And a lot of these people all over the world who are in these relationships and marriages, they wonder why they having problems. Is because you're not communicating with the one that you with, the one that you say, I'm in love with, the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with, the one that you went to the altar with and married. That should be your best friend. Nobody else. Not no classmate, whether it's your boy or your friend girl that you was with in high school. It don't necessarily have to be no ex. If you in a committed relationship and marriage, that should be your best friend. Nobody else. Not your mama, not your sister, not your brother. That's a whole total different relationship, a whole different level. People's marriages and relationships are dying because one or the other keeps bringing old people into their households. And if they're not bringing them into their households, they going out and telling all their business to people that they say, oh, but this is my best friend. And it is, like I say, it's really bad when it's somebody you used to be with. I don't believe in that. I believe that when you have committed to someone and it's agreed upon between the two of you that you are committed to each other and you are that person's wife or you are that person's husband or partner, that's who your best friend ought to be. Nobody else. And I get sick and tired when I be visiting family members or in a big gathering with family members and friends, and it's in everybody's circle where somebody might be going through something or a particular subject might come up about somebody's relationship, or issues or problems that they're going through. And for some reason, that topic always come up, or it's something that's always mentioned. Well, I was in a relationship with so and so and so, and it wasn't good, but now we are the best of friends. No, 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 no. Now, what y'all need to do, or what you do, because most of the time it's just one or the other saying that they are the best of friends because they don't want to let go. Move on. If the marriage has ended and your relationship has ended, whether you was married or with somebody for a long time, or it don't really, whatever the time is, and y'all was committed and the relationship is over with, move on. Make sure you get closure. I don't think anyone should leave a relationship or divorce and there is no closure. Make sure you get complete closure so that you can move forward. You can't move forward trying to still be somebody's best friend, and the two of you couldn't even get along when y'all stayed in the same household. When the two of you couldn't even raise y'all kids together and get along in the household. So it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to ButterScotch that you couldn't even hold your household together. Your household has broke down. You got kids involved that's hurting. If there is no kids involved, the situation of having to break up, divorce, separate, that's nothing easy that anybody has to go through. But eventually, you'll get over it. That doesn't mean that you hate that person because it didn't work out. It just means that, hey, look, what we had, we had. Let's move forward. If you're serious about the breakup or the divorce, some people just need a little space. But if the two of you agree on getting a little space and y'all are willing to come back together, that's a whole nother different subject. But when you are away from each other in that little space of time, be mindful of how you carry yourself and conduct yourself, because during that time, you're supposed to be getting you're supposed to be collecting your thoughts and trying to figure out why y'all are having issues. That's the whole purpose of maybe separating for a little bit. But when you separate and y'all need time, and y'all have agreed, we need some time, and we need a little time. Okay, but what does that mean? Do you need to take a trip to go visit a sister, to go visit an aunt or uncle, just to get away by yourself so that you can regroup, and then the two of you can come back together and get back on course? If it's done that way, that's a beautiful thing. It ain't nothing like understanding. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you know without a shadow of a doubt that the divorce is a divorce and the breakup is a breakup, why in the hell do y'all still need to be the best of friends? And most of the time, you're not the best of friends when it happened. It's later on down the road, you know. But I think it's BS. I think it's BS. One of the main reasons why most people's relationships and marriages don't work or can't be successful is because the husband or the wife or the man or the woman is still communicating with somebody that was a ex. The whole reason why they're called an ex is because they're exed out. It didn't work. You didn't need them no more. You didn't want to be with them no more. It did not work. It just did not work. So now the two of you are exes with each other. Stop trying to hold on to someone who decided to move on with their lives and they have found somebody else to be committed to, and that friendship and relationship has turned into a commitment, a relationship, or a marriage, or live-in commitment helpmate. People need to go on with their lives, move forward, and stop trying to be around in people's circles and always popping up. I don't want to be in a relationship with a man and every time I look around, his ex is popping up at everything that we attend. I don't want to keep looking at them bitches. You already know who I used to be with. I know who you used to be with. It's a done deal. It's okay to be cordial. It's okay to be friendly. But most of these bitches need to get somewhere and sit down. Every time you look around, they popping up. They popping up, here and there, here and there. I hear people's conversations all the time about how they have to deal with ex ex this, ex male or ex female. Now I understand that when people have children, that's a lifetime. Anytime two people have children together, unless you was just some female out there just giving your ass up, and the dude was just you was just a one night stand or a quickie, and you never did have a relationship. We really never did have a friendship. All you have is a baby. That's a whole nother different topic right there too. But you didn't put yourself out there to where now all you have is a baby. But I'm talking to the people who had children and they were in relationships, whether they was married or just was in committed relationships. If it's over, move on. If you know without a shadow of doubt that y'all are never going to be back together, why is you keep coming around? Why is you keep popping up? I don't want to look at somebody's exes every time we turn a corner. They popping up. And you got You got grown ass kids. Your kids ain't toddlers or still in school. You got grown ass kids who are trying to do their lives and got kids, and every time you look around, they mamas is popping up or they daddies popping up. That's disrespectful to me. Now, it ain't nothing like understanding. Even if you have a cordial relationship with somebody's ex, and you and them may get along fine because you might have not been the reason why they broke up. Y'all might have just happened to be friends growing up in the community, or went to school with each other, or just always seen each other from afar, and you was already cordial, and just somehow along the path, along the way, you ended up with the female or the male, or a male or a female that you used to be associated with in some kind of way, and y'all are able to get along. When you can get along with people, it's okay. When you can get along with somebody's ex, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being able to get along with somebody's ex and be cordial. Usually that's okay when they wasn't the cause of their breakup. But at the end of the day, I still wouldn't want to keep looking at exes. My man's ex females that he used to be with, and every time you look around, they popping up. If I was a man, I wouldn't want to keep looking at some man that every time I look around, he popping up, that my woman used to be with. If I was a man, it's the same thing as vice versa. People need to find them something to do, because usually people who do that and always pop up, them bitches is usually sitting at home looking at four motherfucking walls. And I'm keeping it real. If you know me, you know me. I'm a comedian. I'm a motivational speaker. And sometimes I might use some choice words to get a point across. Don't take it personal. I know who I am. But the thing of it is that every time you look around, and if you always seeing your man's ex popping up for whatever reason, they just pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. It's always something. Usually it's because that person don't got nobody in their life. They sit in their houses looking at four walls, don't have nothing to do, don't have no get up about themselves to move forward and leave their past behind, and coming around when they really is not really welcome. Too much is too much. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you had somebody in your life, you wouldn't have time trying to sit up under an ex and his new woman or her new man. Get you some business. It's disrespectful when it's done too often. There's nothing wrong with being cordial and being friendly. But if you coming around too damn much, You need to get you some business. Go find you a man. And I'm one of these females that I don't believe that a woman have to go look for no man. Because if she carry herself right and she carry herself like a lady, they gonna come for her. And it's the same thing with a man. And most of the time, you don't find too many men who want to be sitting up under their ex-women. They didn't went on to somebody else. It's usually the ex-woman that's always trying to pop up at family reunions, any little gathering, that her ex might be a neutral friendship with his friends. And every time you're looking around, the ex-female is always showing up, trying to be seen. Y'all need to move on. The reason why come you're not able to have somebody in your life and you're still sitting at home looking at four walls every day and you're lonely is because you're too busy staying focused on the past and trying to be up under an ex that has moved on with somebody else. If it's been 15, 30 years, if it's been 1 year and you no longer together and that man has moved on and he didn't got involved with somebody else, or if that woman has moved on and got involved with somebody else, why you keep popping up? Why you keep popping up? Move on. Move on. Get you some business. Get you a life. It's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. I had a young lady to come to me some years ago at a seminar. And she was telling me that she had tried to move on and move on. And every time she looked around, her ex-boyfriend was always coming around because he was friends with her cousin and some of her neutral friends. And every time he would come around, all he would do would be sighing her, like looking at her and gawking at her. And, she would always feel uncomfortable because she could never just be herself when he came around. But the whole time they was together, he wanted to fight her. He wanted to beat up on her. He was very jealous. She couldn't go nowhere. She couldn't do nothing. And now y'all ain't together, but every time she would look around, he was always there, always trying to, just try to be around all the time at any type of family gathering or friend gathering. He would always pop up. And the only reason why he kept popping up because he somewhere in his intellect, he really still haven't had no closure. Every time he show up by himself. He ain't never got no other woman with him. That's a sign right there. If you keep going around your exes and you keep going around the family or the neutral friends and your ex have moved on and has started another relationship with somebody else, why are you keep coming around and showing up by yourself? You don't never bring no male friend with you. You don't never bring if you're a man, you don't never bring no female friend with you, but you always at the family gatherings or the neutral friend gatherings by yourself. And the whole time you there, you watching your ex and his woman Are you watching your ex and the and his man and her man? And nowadays you got women going with women and men going with men, and the same shit is happening. And when people don't shut that down, it's gonna always be a problem. If the person who has moved on and is involved or remarried or has already gotten into another committed relationship, and your exes or ex keep showing up and be in trouble, if you're a woman and your male exes or ex keep showing up to everything that you and your new husband is going to, or your new man is involved in, whether it's sitting at the park or a family gathering or whatever the case may be, but it's all the time, and they're not respecting your relationship, he or she needs to shut it down. Now, I'm not saying that the woman that he's with in the present should shut the ex down. I'm saying that the ex need to shut the ex down. Look, we don't have to be enemies. We can be cordial, and we can be friendly. I want to look at your ass every time I turn a corner and I'm with my woman. If you're a man, if you're a woman, excuse me, and your ex-man is always showing up and he don't never have nobody with him, it's the same thing. It's vice versa. And if he picking or just showing up, plotting or whatever it is, then she needs to shut it down. And it's a way to do everything. You don't have to be all raunchy and loud and savage. Everything can be done in decent and order. But let me explain something to y'all. When you are mature and you know who you are and you about your business and you about your household, you will shut somebody down when you feel like they are a threat to your relationship. And if a whole bunch of people start shutting people down, decent and in order, I think a whole lot of other relationships and marriages will last a whole lot longer when it comes to exes and baby mamas and baby daddies. You cannot continue to move forward if you keep looking in the rearview mirror. Somewhere along the line and the path, you're going to run into a bump that you didn't see. And it's going to tear your car up because you kept looking in the rearview mirror and wasn't paying attention to the road. Take care of your household. Keep your house in order if you're trying to have a marriage that's going to be successful and last forever and to death do y'all's part. If you are in a committed relationship with somebody, and you know that your committed relationship with that somebody can turn into a marriage, shut them exes down. Shut the people down that's trying to cause division in your household. Whether you shacking or whether you married, shut them down. Make them respect your marriage. Make them respect your relationship. Because if you don't make them respect your relationship and your marriage, a house that's divided will fall. A family that doesn't pray together will not stay together. You don't have to be disrespectful to your exes. All you need to do is be firm with them and let them know, hey, what we had, we had. I am not your best friend. We have a child together. We have children together. And I will respect you where respect is due, as long as you give respect back. See, everybody think that you have to be mean or bitter or grudge-hearted when a relationship doesn't work. You don't have to be that way. You just got to have understanding on where y'all are at in that time of your life. All of that, we still the best of friends. No, you're not. You're telling a lie. What you're really saying is that you wish that you were still in a relationship with each other, or that one person that hasn't found closure. See, the woman could have had closure. The man might have not had closure. The man could have had closure, or the woman might have not had closure. So you hold on by saying we are the best of friends when he probably don't even bother you. He probably don't even call you, or she probably doesn't even bother you, or she might not even call you or bother you at all. But you hold on by saying we are the best of friends. No, you're not. You ain't the best of friends. That's a lie. You wish that you was the best of friends. But see, you had that opportunity when y'all was together. See, you had the opportunity to be the best of friends when you was in your marriage, when y'all were together in your marriage, when y'all had a committed relationship and was shacking and living together and had invested in each other. That was your opportunity to be the best of friends. So when a person says we are the best of friends, to me that's bullshit. If uh if me and somebody is together and we decide that we no longer want to be together, I don't need him telling me, well, can we still be friends? Can we still be the best of friends? No, I don't want to be your best friend, because you and I had every opportunity to be the best of friends when we was together. So if we couldn't get it right when we was together, what make you think that it's okay when we're not together? It's not okay. Move on. Move on. If the two of you are serious about y'all separation or divorce, If you're not serious about your separation or your divorce, then maybe y'all need to sit down at the table again and rethink and figure out what your problem was, the whole reason why y'all broke up. Well, if it's over, it's over. What you doing? Keep popping up. Why you keep calling and making phone calls when that other person has moved on and is with somebody else? What you're doing is you are becoming a problem in a infestation in your ex's personal life when y'all are no longer together. You will never be able to move forward trying to hold on to something that's no longer there. I'm going to say this, and I hope that I have a whole lot of people who come onto YouTube and listen to this live video. And I hope that when y'all listen to this video, everything that I've said, I hope that you like, subscribe, and share. Because a lot of this, many people need to hear. Because they don't realize how they are setting themselves back, how they're causing mishap in somebody else's new relationship or marriage. See, misery likes company. So if you have a person who don't have no get up about themselves and try to move forward, they're going to always be a thorn in the ass because they don't have no get up about themselves. They don't know how to move forward with their life. You're still trying to hold on to something, or this conversation can go many different ways. See, you got people who don't want to be committed. Listen to what I'm saying. You got people who are in relationships right now, and they're trying to find a reason to not be in the relationship no more. Rather the relationship is a marriage or it's a committed relationship. You got some women who are been involved with their spouse, their husband, their partner, who have been with them for a year, 2 years. There's no limit on years. But they may have very well been together for a good while. And that woman might be trying to figure out a way to get out. Some kind of reason, the reason for her to get out of the relationship or get out of the marriage, because she's not woman enough to sit her husband down, or she may very well didn't try to sit her husband down. And I'm not just talking about women. I'm speaking on women because I'm a woman. But everything that I'm talking about, it goes for men too. Now, this woman might be wanting to get out the relationship, but she's not woman enough to tell the man she with that she want out. So what she or he will do is they will set platform and try to figure out a way to get out and cause confusion to get out, when you really don't have to do that. All you have to do is be real and say, look, this is not going to work. However way you want to word it, all I'm saying is be honest and be true. Let's keep the fuckery down to a minimum. Let's be real with each other. Let's not be in last place. Let's be in first place with each other. Sit down. If you're not happy, if you feeling some kind of way, sit down with your husband, sit down with your wife, with your partner, and say, look, we got some issues. And I'm not feeling good about our relationship, our marriage. And if we don't get past this or resolve this, I'm going to leave. Now, some people are afraid to do that because in the whole relationship, they getting their ass tore up. They getting their ass whooped. And most of the time it's women. They getting their ass tore up because they don't know how to stand up for themselves. They don't have, it's not, and most women and most ladies, it's not in them to have to fight a man. A man don't have no damn business putting their hands on no woman. And no woman don't have no business putting her hands on a man. If you grown, you should be able to sit down and talk about your problems and your issues. You should be able to talk about your problems and your issues. And if y'all can't come to a conclusion and come to an agreement on what the problem is, and it's still somebody is still feeling some kind of way and they just want out. Okay, if you're the person that want out, just keep it real and tell that woman or that man you want out. Stop wasting her time. Stop wasting his time. Just say I want out. For whatever reason, if you cheat on her and you find yourself with in love with somebody else, or you think you in love with somebody else, that's what get me. A lot of these people have issues in their relationships and marriages, and they can't never get it right, and they end up going from one man to another man to another man to another man until they just been through, and that man that went to another woman to another woman to another woman to another woman until they can't go no more. Sometimes you have to look at self and see self. My pastor used to say, you have to examine yourself. Examine self. Look at yourself. And you got to ask yourself, why is it that I'm not able to keep my marriages or a marriage? Because me personally, I feel like when you marry, that should be the person that you die with, or they whoever die first, to death do you part. I don't believe in all of that. Even growing up as a young lady, I didn't believe in messing around with a whole bunch of boys and messing around with a whole bunch of men. ButterScotch wasn't gonna give up no ass, and I would tell a dude that ButterScotch ain't giving up no ass. So especially if I was single and nobody was in my life, and a man wanted to take me out to eat, we can go out to eat. Ain't no wrong with going out to eat if you're not committed with nobody, if you're not married to nobody and you single. But some people have ulterior motives. And most men want to take you out to eat because they want some ass. But ButterScotch will tell them real quick, ButterScotch ain't giving up no ass. So if you think this little meal that you're doing and this little outing that you want to take me is supposed to impress me, no, it's not impressing me. It's just something to do. Now, I don't mind getting to know you, but Don't think somebody fixing to give up some ass butterscotch ain't. Because see, I can pay for my own meal. I know how to have a good time by myself. And I don't need to go on a date and have some man to pay for my meal because I have an ulterior motive. See, women have ulterior motives too, and men have ulterior motives. Women have ulterior motives because usually if they needy, they greedy, and they gold diggers and trying to come up. Men, on the other hand, most of them, because you got some of these folks around here, these men around here that think they pimps and still got that pimp mentality, and they trying to come up themselves on a female that they think got money, and they arterial motive is trying to get in her space so they can be kept. But most of the time, most of these men are trying to be with you because they want some ass. And then once they didn't got what they wanted, then they didn't move on to somebody else. Life is about respect. Life is about loyalty. Because when you have loyalty with your husband and you have loyalty with your helpmate, your man or your woman or your wife, God gonna always give you the royalty. When it's over, it's over. All of that, I'm his, we still the best of friends and we friends. Now y'all just used to be together, but y'all are cordial in passing. Ain't no best friendship. Ain't no best friendship because the person that you're married to and the person that you in the relationship, the committed relationship, it ought to be your best friend. And I see a lot of that that's going on. People and people are trying to have good marriages. People are trying to be committed and be in good relationships with that significant other. And every time you look around, there's a ex female or ex male calling all the damn time, stopping by all the damn time, popping up at different gatherings and shit. And every time they pop up, they by themselves. They don't have a male friend with them. They don't have a friend girl with them, somebody that they trying to be in a relationship. They always popping up by themselves. Y'all need to get y'all some business. Y'all need to get y'all a life, male or female. If you popping up at your exes all the time, if it's more than 2 times a year, it's too damn much. Too damn much. Stop sitting your asses at home looking at four walls and being lonely. Have some get up about yourself. Have some pride about yourself. Have some dignity about yourself. Have some integrity about yourself and some respect about yourself. And do what you need to do as an individual. Whatever you do, your daily endeavors, keep doing them. Keep getting up every morning and putting on clothes and looking like somebody. Keep doing what you need to do you. Motivate yourself. And I guarantee you, the Lord will bring somebody for you. But the Lord can't bring nobody to you if you're constantly trying to pop up in your old ex's pathway when they already with somebody else. I see a whole bunch of women in church. You can go to church these days and the whole church is full of women. No men. A whole bunch of single women and one preacher and his wife. The same shit goes on in the church. You got all these single ass women in the church who don't have a man. And all these single ass women is looking at one preacher or a handful of deacons, and all of them are married. If you are in your word, you'll have a better understanding from where I'm coming from. See, you can't get nowhere in life just sitting at home and looking in four walls all damn day. You might got a job, you might go to school. And when you come home from your job and you come home from school, all you do is go back home and look at four walls. See, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. And when you don't have a significant other in your life, and you still have life in you, man or woman, you still have to carry on with your daily endeavors. Whatever your passion is, whatever it is that make you happy, you still have to do you and carry on. That don't mean get off of work and every single day of your life, because you are not in a marriage anymore, you're not in a relationship anymore, and now you didn't got yourself stuck in a rut because you having a pity party because you and your husband ended up getting a divorce, or you and your wife and ended up getting a divorce, or you and the person you was committed to is no longer together, male or female, and all you doing is sitting up in the house and looking at four walls. Now your mind is starting to wonder. You starting to think about your ex, and he didn't moved on and doing somebody else. And you sitting there having a pity party with yourself. Stop. You in last place. Stop. Get up, get motivated, comb your damn hair. If you don't have no hair, find you a beautician that can put some hair on your head. If you can't afford a beautician, the next thing you need to do is go to one of the wig shops and buy you a wig and fix yourself up and put on some clothes and be you and do you and carry on your daily endeavors instead of sitting up in your house having a pity party all by yourself. And if you're a man, the same thing is with you. Stop sitting up in that house having a pity party because you ain't with the woman that you want to be with. Because she done played on you, then cheated on you, then left you for another man, and you having a pity party, and you a woman, and your husband or man then left you for another woman, and you can't seem to get over it. Get over it. Get over it. And I know love is not like a light switch. When you in love, you in love. When you have fell in love, you are in love. And sometimes when that other person have not done right by you, and y'all may very well haven't done right by each other. But I don't think that anyone for a long period of time is supposed to wobble in their breakup or their divorce. You don't get in a you don't get in a in a in a stage in your life after a divorce or a breakup, and you become, you start stressing because you feel like you're not wanted. But like I said, sometimes you have to examine yourself, and you cannot be in denial. And stop going around and telling folks that you and your ex is the best of friends. Because if y'all was the best of friends, y'all would still be together. Just say we cordial. Just say we cordial. We don't hate each other. We don't dislike each other. We're cordial. If I see him, I speak. If I see her, I speak. See, when you always sitting up and trying to show up and always trying to keep up with what your ex is doing, all you doing is blocking your blessings. You can't move forward because you too busy got your eye and trying to keep up with what he's doing or what she's doing, and they have moved forward and have somebody else in their life. I see a lot of that. Even in my relationship, I've seen exes show up, showing up by themselves, use their kids to come around, you know. Now, I can understand if there's a wedding, a funeral, a birthday, some type of a family gathering or something like that. It's okay to be cordial, and everybody is together and interacting, but everybody is respectful and decent and in order. If you're going around your exes and you trying to stir the pot and you trying to open up a can of stank worms, you ain't doing nothing but blocking your blessings. You ain't doing nothing but blocking your blessings. And then at the same time, you got to ask yourself, if you're a man or a woman, how did you get that person? And why did it end up in a divorce or a breakup? Sometimes a lot of people break up other people's relationships and they get involved with that same person. If he or she did it to you, what make you think they won't do it to you? If you didn't did it to somebody else, what make you think karma ain't gonna hit you in the face? Be careful of how you handle yourself. Be very careful and mindful of how you handle yourself when you are trying to break up somebody's marriage, and are you trying to break up somebody's relationship that they have committed to. Some people say, well, he ain't married to her. Well, she ain't married to him. But see, that's where y'all get it all wrong at. That's where y'all end up in last place. Because in order for a marriage to be a marriage, you start off as friends. That friendship turns into a relationship. And then somehow on down the road, that relationship turns into a marriage. So it doesn't matter if they're not married, because it may be two people who might be working on trying to be married. And if you are that person who is going around and breaking up people's marriages or committed relationships, excuse me, I guarantee you, you're going to block your blessings. It might not seem like that at the beginning, but it will come back to you. I done seen it. I have seen family members, friends go through that. I've seen it. It ain't cute. And God don't like ugly. So with that being said, if you have an ex, whether it's a female or a male, and usually just by life, two couples together is usually a male and a female. And like I say, nowadays you got men with men and women with women. You got transgenders, whatever the case may be. If the relationship has ended and there is no rekindling, there is no hope, it's over. The love is not there. You might still be in love, but he might not be still in love. He might be still in love and you might not be still in love. If you have the short end of the stick, keep it moving. Stop showing up at your ex's mama house all the time. You can't find nobody in your life because you keep trying to show up at your ex's house. Or you keep trying to show up at gatherings where your ex is going to be, knowing that he or she might have somebody else in their life. Now you sitting there looking at them sideways and making everybody uncomfortable because you there. And then a lot of times you got family members and friends that will set you up and tell you, girl, come on, come on, come on, come on to the party, come on to the birthday party. And all they trying to do is see a bunch of drama. So you got to be careful of that too. Or you got a bunch of male friends trying to get you to come, man. Come on, come on, come on, man. You need to come on to the birthday party. You need to come on. You need to come on to the reunion or whatever it is. We're gonna be there, blah, 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 blah. But they really trying to sit back and see what's gonna happen because your ex is with somebody else. And they want to see what kind of drama is going to go across the stage. Don't let nobody make no ass out of you. Don't let nobody use you on selfish reasons. I started this live video because I wanted to talk about men and women who are no longer in their marriages or committed relationships, don't know how to move on, and they continue to pop up trying to come around the other spouse when the other spouse has moved on, remarried, or got somebody else in their life. So basically, at the end of the day, people, this is what I'm trying to say. When you get into these relationships and you have befriended a male or a female and y'all have become friends, really get to know each other. If things start popping out, like if you can tell that he has a traveling eye, she has a traveling eye, they tell lies, not the whole truth, verbal abuse, physical abuse, and you start to see this within anywhere within 2 to 3 months, 6 months. Some people are so good at it, they can hide their true self for a long time. And then after they think that they have you, the real person starts to come out. But hopefully, if you're paying attention and your eyes are open and you're not in denial of who you are and who they are, sometimes you can stop the mishap before it even become a big screen. So you got to be honest with yourself, and you got to know what it is that you want in life and who you want to spend the rest of your life with. If they're not totally honest with you in all situations and circumstances, and they're doing stuff to hurt you, move around. Do it in decent and in order. Because I know some women who get beat on with verbal abuse and physical abuse, they're scared to leave because that man have told them, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna hurt you. So they feel stuck and they can't get out. So you got to be careful as individuals of how you're going to interact with people that you trying to know. You got to pay attention because everybody don't come out the gate with the whole truth. Everybody don't come out the gate with the whole truth. Whether it's cheating, whether it's drug addiction, whether it's alcohol, whether it's verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. You got all kind of foul situations that tear down marriages and committed relationships and households. And if it didn't work when y'all was together and y'all couldn't be the best of friends when you was together and you was married and you was in a committed relationship, what make you think that best friends after it's all over, after the divorce, after the relationship ended? What make you think that you can still be friends? What make you think that? See, you can be, but this is what happens. You end up being a problem with one of the others person's relationship when they have moved on to somebody else. When you have moved on to someone else and you no longer with your ex, man or female, there is no more best friend. You're not a best friend to them anymore. The friendship has died off because your new relationship will never be stronger if you still got this ex as a friend or a best friend. There's no reason why y'all should communicate unless y'all have small children. If you have children, there's going to always be some type of interacting, but as long as it's done in decent and order and everybody got to understand it, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you are maliciously showing up and popping up, you're not doing anything but blocking your blessings, because what you're doing is you're still trying to be relevant in somebody's life that you used to be with. And you causing issues in their new relationship when they let you go, but you still trying to hold on. And you're disrespecting yourself when you keep trying to show up and be relevant. Move on so God can bless you with somebody else new. Stop trying to stick around and pop up and show up at your exes or around your exes. If they with somebody else, let it be. If they with somebody else, let it be. Move on. Because you keep showing up and popping up and trying to be up under your husband that you used to be with, or your boyfriend, your male friend, boyfriend you used to be with, and they in your face. They showing you that this is who I'm with. This is who I'm with. Take it or leave it. This is who I'm with. Why is you keep trying to pop up and show up and come around? Some of y'all are popping up and showing up more than you need to. You're blocking your blessings because you're too busy keep looking back at something and at someone that you used to be with. Move forward. Because guess what? What goes around, come around. And then y'all wonder why so many of you keep getting divorced, why so many of you are going through one relationship, it don't work. You in another relationship and you in another relationship because you're not giving self time to heal and move forward. You can't heal if you keep coming around somebody you used to be with. You cannot heal if you continue popping up and seeing that they are with somebody else. When you know better, you do better. So with that being said, my name is ButterScotch, and I'm always bringing the scotch that's in the butter. If you like this video and it was any help to you or for your relationship, if it helped you in any kind of way, please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. If you want to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you want to have a further conversation on this topic, please reach out to me and we can go over the topic again. If there's any other topic that you would love for me to discuss and bring it to the forefront, please reach out to me. My name is ButterScotch. I am a comedian. I'm a motivational speaker. Please reach out to me. Like, subscribe, and share.